Hello, everybody out there. How is it going? Welcome to Flawless Rage 2, and welcome to House Flipper 2. As we embark on a new journey with a new house, this is your Monday night stream. So without any further ado, we're going to get into this. So I have bought Trevor's Mansion. I did that last night. I haven't even been in it today, so that should be fun. So let's see what we can do with the place. In the chat straight away is my brother, Boston Tea Party. He says, hello, brother. Hey, bro. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Fantastic to see you. Right. Here we go. So the weirdest thing just happened and gave me a bit of nostalgia just now. I don't, when I know came on my PlayStation, I know had a feature update. And it was to celebrate PlayStation's 30th anniversary. And, oh my God, the startup, man. It's like the original PS1. That took me back. I had an original PS1. I'm not too bad, brother. I'm not too bad. Still got that bastard cough, but getting there. Yeah, so very interesting. That was a nostalgia hit for sure. So really enjoyed that. That was lovely to see that. I hadn't seen that in friggin' years. And, you know, I mean, I didn't have a talking point, but I'm going to do that as a talking point tonight. A fun one. Games that you remember from your childhood. And the consoles as well. I mean, fuck. The consoles I've had over the years doesn't even bear worth bloody thinking about. I've had so many of them. I've had literally all of the PlayStations. And it's just, you know, as a nostalgia trip for sure. So I remember my first, I had the PlayStation 1, the very first one, the big one. And it was like, I remember the games I got for it as well. My mum got it for me as a birthday present one year. And I had... Now, I believe I had Crash Team Racing with it, which was awesome. I really enjoyed that one. And I also had Disney's Tarzan with it as well. And, man, I just remember sitting there playing them games. But the things I'd always wanted, because, I mean, my very first console was the Sega Master System 2. And for that, I had like Sonic, Alex Kidd, you know, the old classics. And I didn't really have, you know, other things. I mean, I wasn't really into sort of like gaming and stuff until I went round and played some games with my half cousin. He had a SNES at the time. And, oh, man, just the stuff, man, that you used to be able to get on there was awesome. Just simply put, friggin' awesome. And so I really wanted a console for myself. So I managed to get this Sega Master System. Then I upgraded to Mega Drive. I actually had the Sega Mega Drive 2. And I also had the... and after that, I went to PlayStation. And, yeah, it was very, oh, man, it was just so epic, you know, when I first got that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I mean, the games I had for it was awesome, and, you know, Boston says I had Need for Speed, and, oh, man, yeah. A weird Lion King game. Well, you know, Simba, you gotta love Simba when you're not trying to kill him. Yeah, it was just epicness. I remember having all of that. Now, the one thing I'd never ever owned in my life, though, was a wrestling game. And so I was like, okay, I need to get a wrestling game and I need to get a racing game. Well, I had Crash Team Racing, but that was like a novelty sort of like racing game. I wanted something a little bit different. So I got a few more of them, and It was the wrestling games that did it for me, though. My very first wrestling game, right, was I bought it on a market stall in the town where I lived. Well, in the town where I live now. I didn't live here then. We used to visit every Friday because that's when my dad would come get money out of the bank and shit like that. And they used to have this woman on the market used to sell video games. And she'd have sort of like, you know, they were all like trade-ins. They were all second-hand. But I remember my very first wrestling game being WWF Warzone. And I just loved every single second of it. I played the fuck out of that when I got home. In the chat, Boston said, I've killed him from Disney Collections by accident. Well, there you go. That's awesomeness. And, yeah, I just loved every second of it. And ever since then, I've been really into gaming. If it wasn't for, you know, having these earlier consoles, then I wouldn't be on here now. You know, there would be no Flawless Rage 2. There would be no anything. So I really do appreciate that. And also the nostalgia of it all, you know. I mean, it also comes sort of like with, you know, later on down the years with my wife. Now, she's into gaming. She's more of a Nintendo fan, though. Her favourite game franchise of all time is The Legend of Zelda, which I've got to admit is a bloody good franchise. It really is. It is. It gets you thinking, and you know, you've got to run back and forth in it. But she loves The Legend of Zelda, and she had. I think she had the very first Zelda on Game Boy. You know, I think it was Link's Awakening on Game Boy, the original DMG Game Boy release. She still has that very Game Boy to this day. I'm not even lying. She's up in our bedroom in a drawer. She's got an original Nintendo Game Boy DMG one, original in pristine condition. She really has. And ever since then, she's loved it. She guards that thing with her life. She really does. We could be sorting the bedroom out, changing it around, you know, stripping it all back, giving it a good clean and stuff. And the things that you'll hear is sort of like, where's my Game Boy? You know, she loves that thing. And so she's got into it. And then years later, she's had, I mean, when I've had like PlayStations and stuff like that, she's got into doing the wrestling games with me. They used to be our thing every year. I'd stay up all night, go out in the morning, as soon as the shop opened, buy the wrestling game, come home, and literally be playing it all day. That used to be the thing. Sometimes we still sort of like, you know, relive that a little bit. But, yeah, she absolutely loves it. And we used to have, I mean, this is before we had kids. We had these epic fucking days where we would go to a town, which isn't too far from where I live. It's about, what, half an hour, 45 minutes away. And there used to be a shop there. It's gone now, sadly, but there used to be a shop there that sold video games, a proper video game store. And we'd go in there, and we'd buy video games, we'd buy consoles, we'd do all fucking sorts of shit. And you know, I remember like when I brought her Nintendo Wii, when the original Wii came out. Now, that was quite a hard console to get your hands on back in the day when that first came out. And we had to go there to get one because that's the only place they had them, and they only had 4 in stock. So we went to get that, and we bought that, and also we knew it was backward compatible with GameCube. Well, she already had a GameCube, but she still bought herself some more GameCube games, and I got myself stuff there, the OG Xbox and stuff like that. And you know, we used to come back home. Well, first we used to get a McDonald's because I got a McDonald's there, a drive-through. We used to get a McDonald's as is customary, and oh, that just used to be brilliant. You know, the epicness of those days. I do miss them days. I really do. You know, I mean, now I've got my PlayStation 5, I've got Xbox One, and, you know, you know, those consoles, I mean, PlayStation 5 is next gen, and Xbox One still holds up, you know. I mean, I'm forever on that thing, you know, ever since I bought my Xboxes. I mean, shit, I've ordered another one last night, another Xbox. That's to go into the bedroom, though. Just so I can have YouTube and that upstairs a bit quicker than what fucking is up there now. And I just love it. You know, I just think it's awesome. And, you know, those nostalgic gaming days that we used to have before we had kids. I mean, I used to be a right lazy fuck, I did. We used to, before we had kids, we didn't fucking, you know, we never went out anywhere, never did much, lived on shit, you know, and sort of like, you know, just lived the young person's lifestyle, you know. I would love to relive them days, but obviously I've got kids now, I can't. But now my kids are into video games. My daughter is constantly fucking on them. You know, she's my daughter's into sort of like the SpongeBob type of games, and she plays those. She's got like Animal Crossing on her Switch. My son also has a Switch, and his world revolves around like Mortal Kombat and stuff on there. So, you know, really, really good stuff. And yeah, I really do miss those nostalgic days. I really do. But as you get older, you know, things happen, you have kids, you get married, and then I guess you could say life slows down a little bit, you know, because then you have other things to think about, you know. And yeah, I really do miss those days, but man, just seeing that boot up screen on my PlayStation tonight, literally before I started streaming, it's like, what the fuck? You know, that took me back. That really did take me back. The good old days of PlayStation 1. Man. So that leads me to the question in the chat: what is your first ever console you had? You know, and what games did you have for it as well? That'd be interesting to know. Because yeah, that epicness of what I had. Oh man. I spent fucking hours on mine. I really did. It was just so good. I really did it. I really do love it. And to this day, I love it, you know. That's why I'm on PlayStation now. It's just one of them things, you know. You've got to have something to look back on. And with me, you know, I love looking back on like the old PlayStation and that. I think it's, you know, I think it's just the bollocks. It really is. You know, it's the bee's fucking knees. It really is. It's just so good. The hours, though, I would sit there in the summer. You know, I mean, this is when I was at fucking school. I'd sit there in the summer, be on them fucking baking hot summer nights, sitting there playing video games and just loving every second of it. Waking my mum up by playing a video game at like 2 a.m, and her coming in and giving me a bollocking and telling me to get my ass to bed. You know, great times, man. Great times. So, obviously the wrestling games, yes, but some of my other favorite games of all time, I'm going to say Need for Speed as well, brother. I am, because I used to have a few of the Need for Speeds. My favourite Need for Speed ever is Carbon. I've got very fond memories of that game. Another case before we had kids, me and my wife sitting up and playing that all night. We was going to babysit for my sister. And this before we had kids, like I said. And we'd sit up all night playing Need for Speed Carbon. And then we'd leave really early to go to my sister's. And we'd be up all day and up all night. We literally spent over 24 hours, you know. Boston says, also can't forget Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2. Yes, indeed. I got to admit, my very first Grand Theft Auto game was number 3. I'd never really heard of Grand Theft Auto up until number 3. Because I didn't really keep up to date with what was going on and everything, you know, and all that. And I was like, I was at this place, which is the place where I met my wife, which they said was a college, but it wasn't. It was more like a fucking adult play school. But I had a friend there who told me about this game. And he was saying, oh, you've got to get this game, man. And I went, well, what? What is it? And he goes, that's called Grand Theft Auto 3. I went, right. And he says, yeah, you've got to play it. It's so fucking cool. I was like, well, what is it then? And he was saying the things you can do in it. And I was like, that's a video game? Holy shit, I need to check this one out for myself. That's exactly what I did. On a Friday when I used to go to that place, we used to have, you know, there used to be town day. You could go into town, buy whatever the fuck you wanted to, and then the afternoon it would be like down to the sports hall, right? And what we would do is, you know, go down there, do that kind of thing, pick up some dinner, that kind of stuff. Well, my very first port of call, I walked with him downtown. We went to this game shop, and there it was, Grand Theft Auto 3, sitting on the shelf. I picked it up, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, I don't know, do I really want this? And I said to him, this better be good, if not, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. And he was like, honestly, you won't regret it. So I was like, all right, take your word for it. I took it home that night, and I was driving around like a fucking madman. Seriously, it was awesome. I loved everything about it. I loved the way the game played. I loved, you know, there was just so much about it I really enjoyed. And, yeah, just sitting there playing that game. And even sort of like on days when I weren't there, because I wasn't at that place every day. When I wasn't there, I was sort of like up in my room. And there I'd be playing on Grand Theft Auto, doing the missions and, you know, unlocking shit and stuff like the Red Taxi, the original Red Taxi, where you do a certain amount of taxi missions on there. I did that. I did all of that. Great fucking times. And then, of course, Vice City came out, and I was ecstatic when I put the radio on there and heard. I mean, they're not in the re-release, sadly. The songs, a lot of the songs have been removed, but when the radio came on and I heard Michael Jackson "Wanna Be Starting Something" and Billie Jean on that game, I was like, oh my fucking god, yes. It was just absolutely fucking epic. And I really do miss them days. I really do miss, like, you know, those days. That was the days of the stuff what I like. You know, like being able to have physical media by going out and actually buying the disc rather than sitting there downloading it. Okay, you know, digital has its advantages. You can guarantee yourself a copy and stuff like that. But when you used to actually be able to buy physical media, buy the games, you know. Boston, my brother, in the chat says the radio station I liked the most in GTA Vice City was the Wave 103. Yep, absolutely. Do you remember they actually brought out all of the radio stations from GTA 3, they did a box set of CDs for each radio station. There was this box set you could get, and the Wave would be in there, MSX FM would be in there. All of them would be there on CDs and stuff. You'd be able basically to get the soundtrack. And that was just such a cool little thing for Rockstar to do. I have seen that them CDs once before. I never bought them, though, for some strange reason. I mean, if I ever come across them again for whatever reason, I definitely will. Hell, I might even look on eBay and see if they've got them. But, it's great. It really is great. A nostalgia hit. It really is. And to know things like the franchise of Grand Theft Auto is about now, still going, even after, I mean, come on, we really need another game by now. But, even though those games are still going now, you go on like GTA 5, and in a way, you just sit there and you think where it all started and all of that other stuff. I mean, earlier Boston said about Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2. I remember Grand Theft Auto 1. I did have it later on. I managed to get my hands on that, and sort of like the bird's eye top-down view. I thought that was very different. I couldn't really get on with it, if I'm honest, because I wasn't used to that kind of style of game. That kind of style of play. But I did give it a go, and I actually did enjoy it, and also just the fact of sort of like being able to look back. It's fucking nuts. It really is. Boston says, neither could I. That's why I never bought GTA Chinatown Wars. Yeah. Nah. I mean, like I say, my wife plays some of the video games that I play. She's had a go on GTA, and she can't get on with there's some things about it she can't get on with. She's seen me play it through the story mode time and time again. The amount of times I've had it on different consoles. She's seen me play it, tons of times. She's watched it all the way through. She loves the story of it. She loves, everything. She thinks Trevor is a fucking nutcase. I think Trevor's an absolute fucking legend. She loves the way the game's planned out and how the story progresses and stuff like that. She's really, really into that. But yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's just one of those games. I mean, now I think when it comes to Grand Theft Auto especially, I think it's getting a bit stale now. They're trying the hardest to bring out these updates and stuff. And and try and keep people interested and stuff, and they're milking that motherfucker for everything they can get it for. I mean, let's look at the facts. The original releases are on PS3 and Xbox 360. Then they did a next-gen PS4 version, and now they've got sort of like the expanded and enhanced, version and that, and it's like, well, okay, but can we have a new game now, please, Rockstar, And I understand sort of like some people can't really play these games very well and don't really understand it and ruin it for people. But I don't know. I just think it's cool. I just love it. I think it's so fucking cool. Like I say, though, GTA. Fond memories of number 3 in Vice City, but I do genuinely think that is getting, number 5, is getting a little bit stale now. I mean, we know about everything. I mean, and I know there's people still discovering it, and fair play to them. But there's only a certain amount of times you can go through story mode, and there's only a certain amount of times you can do the online stuff, before you start thinking, for fuck's sake, not this again. And sure, you've got your GTA grinders and stuff out there who earn a ton of cash on there, which fair enough, but you know, I mean, I like going on there and earning money, sure, but I'm one of these guys who's never ever completed KO, ever. Um, Never done anything like that on there. I just haven't. I would just rather be sort of like, cruising around in cars doing donuts and wheelies in muscle cars rather than creeping along a friggin' island. I've tried it. But, But yeah, that sort of thing just, it don't work for me, That sort of thing just doesn't really work for me. If I'm in a video game, I like to do what I like to do, if that makes any sense, And, I like to do my own thing on there. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, Everybody likes to do their own thing on video games, but the freedom, the stuff you used to be able to do on GTA is, is cool. I liked it when it first came out, but even so, sticking with Grand Theft Auto for a minute, the prices of the cars, man. A car used to come out, the dearest car on there when that first came out was the Adder at 1 mil. Right, other cars would be more affordable. But now, sort of like, and I know it's to make you buy shark cards. I'm well aware of what it's for. But now, the prices of the cars on there are fucking extortionate. You've got to be a fucking super player or have, 30 fucking mil just to fully explore a friggin' update. That takes the piss, I think. All of these updates they keep bringing out, and in a way, I don't think we get much for it. Really, when you think about it. And like I say, yes, I know that their revenue these days is coming mostly off, I know it's mostly coming off shark cards and stuff, but I mean, I'm not hugely into the whole shark card thing. I've done it. I admit I have brought shark cards in the past when cars have come out that I want and I just don't have the funds to do it. I have, and I will admit that I have sort of surrendered to the shark card monster and bought them in the past. But, the thing is, so it's actual physical money that you're paying out to a video game company for something which, when GTA 6 comes out, give it a few years down the line, all of that's going to be gone. The servers will be closed down. Are you going to be able to carry stuff over? I wish that sort of we could do that, carry stuff over to GTA 6. Your character, your cars. It won't happen like that, though. Fucking, it's a video games company. It ain't working like that. But getting off GTA for a few minutes here. It's I just really love some other games as well. Let's think of another game I used to play. Well, fuck, I'm going to talk about them because why not? It's my thing. The wrestling games. Now, WWF Warzone, which was the first game I ever got, was really slow. I mean, it's seriously slow. It was developed by Acclaim Sports, and it was sort of one of those games that, I mean, when I saw it and wanted a wrestling game, I had to get it, I agree with that, brother. Yes, I do agree with that. That is true. That is true. But it's sort of just, it's just, it is what it is. But yeah, the Warzone was, slow. And then came my second wrestling game was WWF SmackDown, the first one, and I bought that brand new. A couple of days after I got Warzone, actually, I got it with some birthday money I had, and that thing I played the hell out of that. And then after that, I just sort of like was for a little while collecting video games. These games, these wrestling games that I'm talking about, I still have. Well, my son has now, but, you know, they're still in my house. And, you know, it's just crazy. It really is. I love it, though. I love every single thing about it. You know, people say, and you get a lot of these fucking old farts who say sort of like, oh, really? Video, you know, like I've heard before, 40 years old and you're still playing video games. And I'm like, yeah, because it helps me in a lot of ways. Video games can be a bloody good release for something like mental health, for instance. You know, it can really help. And, you know, I'm happy that I have that with it. You know, that does help me when it comes to that. When I first was diagnosed with my illness back in 2012, a video game helped me. That's when I first got Forza Horizon, the original one for Xbox 360. And I started gradually sort of like getting better and wanting to play it more and more. And then I would be up night times playing it. And, you know, and then I would start sort of like go, you know, sort of like go doing the whole online thing and talking to people and that. And don't get me wrong, you come across some fucking twats on there, you really do. You come across fucking somebody who doesn't know the difference between a wonder tunnel and a vagina on there, you really do. But, you know, and you get sort of like the little fucking tryhards, don't you? You know. Now, I remember once, I don't even know if I should really say this on YouTube, but fuck it, I'm going to because it was funny. I had this game called, what was it called? I think it was one of the Test Drive Unlimited games. And I remember being on there one night and hearing these foreigners, I think they were French, talking and going on in their own language, and it was going on, and no one was starting the race, and I was starting to get pissed off with it. So I was sort of like, I got pissed off with sort of like listening to them just talk to each other in that language, not being able to understand it. And I just unmuted my mic and I went, for the love of God, will you shut the fuck up? And then I muted my mic again. And then I heard, hello? Hello? I didn't say anything. A few minutes of silence went by and then they started again. And then they started up again, started talking, and I was like, I unmuted my mic again. I went, I've told you once, I ain't telling you again, shut the fuck up. And then I got, hello? Hello? You know, and I just sort of like, I actually sort of like just creased myself fucking laughing. It was just so funny. It really was. It was fucking brilliant. You know, maybe not perfect for today's society, but I don't really give a shit. You know, it was just epicness. It really was. I loved it. And, oh man, it was just good times, you know. Good times doing that, them video games. I really enjoyed it, and Test Drive was one of my favorites. I really did get into that. But yeah, when it comes to, I mean, I really didn't get into, honestly, when you think about how long people have been playing some of these video games, like simulators and stuff, I haven't really been into them for all that long, but I like them. You know, I really have got into them over the past few years. And, you know, one of my favorites is a game called Truck Driver, and another one called On the Road. And you basically do act as a trucker. You have to go and take loads to places, follow traffic laws, stuff like that. I mean, that's like if you run a red light, you get fined and things like that. It's really cool. On the Road is a fucking great game. It really is. And then I sort of like got into the other simulators like Train Sim and, stuff like that. Boston says, sounds familiar to 18 Wheels of Steel. It probably is, brother. I haven't played 18 Wheels of Steel. But yeah, it probably is very much like that. I mean, they all kind of, in a way, all follow each other in some way, don't they? And, it was just one of those fucking games I really enjoyed. I loved every second playing that. I've still got it. I mean, had it digital. I could even fucking download that tonight and play tomorrow. It's just, one of the. I haven't been on it in such a long time. Just because I've been playing other stuff. I mean, my days now, I obviously go on. I play video games in the mornings when my kids are at school. Up until sort of like lunchtime, unless I've got anything to help my wife with. If she needs me for something, then I won't be playing that morning. But, I'll be, my days now are currently I'm on either House Flipper, Police Sim. I do occasionally pop on WWE to like make a new character or something like that for WWP. And, that's the kind of thing I like to do now. I go and do all of that sort of stuff, and then I, if I'm not doing that, I'm on Xbox. I bought myself these Xbox Ones, and goddamn it, I'm going to use them after my fucking S decided to become a barbecue. And so now I've got my Xbox One X. I've ordered another Xbox that's on its way here. I'm playing Red Dead. I love the story of Red Dead, so I'm going through that again. And also, I've never really went around and found the things like after the story and stuff, so I'm going to be doing that. I mean, I can do that on PlayStation. I have the game installed on my PlayStation, but I'm doing it on Xbox. And really enjoying it at the moment, My wife doesn't like it when I go hunting. I mean, I was being attacked by a fucking bear the other day, and what did she say? Oh, it's cute. And I was like, it's trying to fucking eat me. And I was like, how is that fucking cute? My brother, I am totally up for that. I am totally up for that. I have it on PlayStation, I have it on Xbox, so that's what my mother said about the mountain lion. Exactly. What is it with these fucking creatures, And if I have to go out on Red Dead and I have to hunt, right? Oh, don't kill it. I'm like, I have to. I need food. But it's only a deer, a little deer. Can't you do something? No, I can't do something else. That bitch needs to die to feed me. Fucking, I was being attacked by a fucking dog on there the other day because I wandered onto someone's property and I had to shoot it, and my wife got pissed about it. The thing about it is my wife is a dog lover, so maybe that one was justified, but yeah. It's just sort of like one of those things, isn't it? But I love doing all these video game things, and I think it's fucking great. I really do. So yeah, it's just awesomeness. It really is. And my brother, I'm happy to stream anything with you anytime I can, as long as I'm fit and well to do it. God damn it, I'll do it. But oh fuck yeah, brother. Before I forget, the 19th of December, okay, is going to, I think it's a little soon in a way, But the night, well, unless I change it. No, the 19th of December, which is a Friday, is hopefully when we're going to do GTA. I'm hoping they're going to put the snow in a bit earlier. So we'll see. But as far as it stands, the 19th is when we're doing our GTA Christmas special. So look out for it. All you viewers out there, it's going to be pretty damn friggin' epic. More stairs to clean here. Fucking hell. Right. Holy balls, that's fucking narrow, isn't it? Well, at least you can fucking see when you're going downstairs now, because I put a marble all over it. Let's do something to the walls down here, shall we? Absolutely, my brother. Yes, 100%. Yes, that'll be the 19th. Yes, I'm cool with that. My last stream will be Monday, the 23rd of December, before Christmas. And I will be doing 2 live streams that night. So I'll do one, and then I'll finish that one, go have a fag, and then I'll come back, and then I'll do another one. And then that'll be me done for Christmas. And then I won't be back till New Year, and everybody will cry or cheer, whichever way you want to go with it. But yeah, that's going to be that's how I'm going to be doing it. And one of those streams that night will probably be House Flipper, and believe it or not, Train Sim World. I have a tradition on Train Sim every year. Okay, Boston says he's going to be doing House Flipper 2 tonight, not Prison Sim. So if you were looking forward to chicken tits, tonight is not the night. So yes, I'll be doing House Flipper 2 on that night, and probably Train Sim World. I do that every year. It's a tradition. And yeah, and then I won't be back till New Year. So, and my voice is getting fucking dry. My throat is starting to sound like fucking, I don't know, Kenny Rogers or something on speed. If you don't know who he is, go and listen to some actual fucking music, please. Right. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'm really looking forward to it as well. That's going to be, I mean, 2 streams in one night. That is not my record. My record is fucking 4 streams in one night. Oh yeah. This is when I used to stream with somebody who I no longer talk to, and we did it on Xbox, and I used to record it on Mixer and then upload it. Oh, they're all taken down now, though. But yeah, man, we used to. I mean, I've done fucking. There were all horror games as well, like 7 Days to Die, and I mean, fond memories of that. Also, things like Resident Evil, stuff like that. You know. I am thinking about bringing some horror games to the channel next year. So look out for that. I might see what's about and everything, and see if we can do something a little bit different next year. I might even stick with the original plan, you know, of doing House Flipper and that. WWP will still be about. I guarantee that. And of course, you know, GTA 6. When that comes out, me and my brother will be tearing it fucking up. Guaranteed. You know, so you need to keep your eyes peeled for that. Oh my God, I've got to do all the way up there. I'll do here for now. Now, if you wanted a mansion and you want gold on your walls, there's gold. Boston says, at least when they release online, I don't think they'll release it day one. No, they'll probably do what they did with number 5, which is release it sort of like about a week or two later. Does anybody remember when that came out? The server issue? Rockstar didn't have enough servers, and no, everybody was trying to get online, and it wasn't really working out. I remember that. It took me about an hour or two to get online and do that initial race with Lamar, which you can now fucking skip. Yeah, it took me about an hour or so to get online. The DNS server glitch, yeah, I remember that. I remember when hackers or modders, I should say, were on there. I remember being in this open lobby on there, and suddenly I got fucking money gifted to me, and I was like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? I ended up with 45 billion. Of course, when Rockstar found out about all of that sort of stuff and patched it, they took it away. I went from 45 billion to, I think, 50,000 I was left with when they took it away. But, yeah, I remember that. I remember going into my garage, and that was another either like hacker or fucking modder thing, where I went into my garage and there was sort of like body parts laying on my garage floor, and I wondered just what in the actual fuck was going on. But still, great times. They were absolutely fucking epic times. They really were. I don't really go on GTA much these days, not even to do the spin. 9 times out of 10, it's fucking clothing, and that annoys me. So I don't really bother to go on GTA much these days at all. The next time, put it this way, probably the next time I go on GTA will when I do my Christmas one. That'll be it, probably. So, yeah, that'll probably be the next time you'll see GTA on this channel. But that's just how it works, you know. But yeah, so many different gaming memories over the years. And seeing that tonight, if it says on your PlayStations a feature update is available, do it. Because you're going to see a boot up screen of like original PlayStation. And honestly, it's a nostalgia trip. It really is. I thought, for fuck's sake, what's this when I put my PlayStation on? And now, I'm so fucking happy I did it, to see that. Honestly, today's weather has been pretty shit. It's been raining, really cold, windy and stuff. And that honestly has brightened up my day today. Something as simple as that has brightened up my day. Seeing that, because of the nostalgia fact to it, because of what, those older games meant to me, playing those older games. And even back in the day when you used to buy PlayStation Magazine and you got a fucking demo disc, and it wasn't sort of like anything else, like a timed demo or something, like you have a certain amount of time on this demo and then it shuts off and you got to buy the game. Nothing like that. It was sort of like, pop this demo disc in and try these games out and fuck around and find out for a little while. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It was one of those one of the most epic times it really was. And I appreciate them times. They've, video games have helped me a lot in the past. And I really am grateful for them, you know, and the games I played as well. And also grateful to like my mum for buying me my first PlayStation, you know, because that was just sort of like, well, you know, even sort of like the little things you used to be able to buy for them. Like, you used to be able to get these little, like, I guess they were cool. I guess you would say they were cheat discs. And I had one called an Exploder 9000, right? And you'd find all these different codes and stuff, and you put these codes in for this certain game. And then what you would do is load up your. Now, I've got to get this right. I think you loaded Exploder first, pick the code you want, and then you could open the PlayStation, put the game in, and then cheats or whatever would automatically go into the game. And I used that on fucking Grand Theft Auto. I used that on WWF SmackDown. There was once one that you could do, a cheat code, to make the women wrestlers have no clothes on. I did that one quite a lot. So, yeah. I mean, fuck, what else do you expect from me? Come on. But yeah, that was such good times. It really is. I ain't done that fucking wall here, have I? Oh, horse's arsehole. Right, okay. We'll just quickly do that then. You know, really good stuff. But fucking hell, man, the stuff that I used to do on these games, the time I used to spend on them. Back in my youth, right, I was never one to sort of like go out and cause mischief and do all that shit. I was never really one for that. I was always that guy who was up in his bedroom playing video games, watching wrestling videos. Yes, videos, not DVDs, videos, VHS cassettes. Remember them? You know, and I still have them as well. You know, watching videos, stuff like that, and just having a fucking ball, you know what I mean? Just having the time of my life watching these things. Yep, Boston remembers, yep. It's crazy, but I love it. You know, people say don't look back. And certain things you shouldn't look back on. When it comes to amazing times like that, you should. Right, I'll tell you another epic time before I call it a night here. I had once an ingrown toenail. Yeah, you weren't expecting to hear that tonight, was you? I once had this ingrown toenail, right? And I had to have it removed. I had to go to the doctors. He actually had to remove the entire fucking thing from my foot. Boston says, ouch, brother, that was horrible. And I had to had this ingrown toenail removed from my foot. And my foot was a bit sore after that, so I tried not to walk on it for a couple of days. Got a couple of days off school. Bonus. And I remember going home and my mum saying to me, right, get upstairs, get on your bed and rest your foot. I was fine. I could have walked around on my heel, I guess, but no, it's not my mum. Get your ass upstairs, get on your fucking bed and just rest your foot and I'll bring you something to eat up, something to drink up in a bit. So I'm like, all right, fair enough. So here I am going upstairs and I'm either putting that PlayStation on or one thing I did was my mum bought me, and I've still got it to this day, It's the first 15 WWF WrestleManias on video, starting from WrestleMania 1 from 1985 all the way up to 1999's WrestleMania, which was WrestleMania 15. And I sat there and watched these wrestling videos literally all day and half of the night. I had this, and like I said, I've still got these tapes. I still have this box set. It's fucking crazy, it really is. And video games and watching VHS tapes and stuff like that made me, I really do appreciate them times. When you're younger, you just think, oh, fuck it, But when you get older, you sort of like, in a way, start to miss those things. You start to miss the, what it took back in them days. And I know I'm sounding like a really fucking old man right now, but fuck it. If you call 40 old, then fuck it, I am old. But I love it. To this day, I still love that kind of thing. And I'm that guy, right? Boston says, one of the VHS tapes I still have is Cops Too Hot for TV. Oh, nice one. Hey guys, check out my bush. So yeah. Do you like my bush? Needs a trim. Right. Yeah, where was I? So yeah, these wrestling tapes, I sat there watching them all day and all night. And I had a couple of days off school, so my days were filled with fucking epicness. I loved it. And when you see something like the PlayStation startup screen, and when you see things like, and remember, sort of like the things you used to do where in your youth, back when you were a hell of a lot younger, you think those days are gone. And to a certain extent, you can recreate if you want, but appreciate it for what it was in them, back in the day. I certainly do. I absolutely love the fact that I am one of those guys who will happily sit there and watch a VHS tape right fucking now. I would. And not a problem. I'd happily sit there and watch a movie on VHS right now. No issues. Because it's what I grew up with. That's special. That's special memories, I'm going to sound like an old man now, but honestly, the kids of these days do not fucking know what it's like to watch a movie on a tape and then sort of like, rewind it and have to put it back in its case, then get another one in, and then put it in a VHS player and see tracking pop up on the screen, and then wait for it to come on, then go through all the fucking trailers to get to your movie, No, they go on Netflix and just click and us play them, And yes, while I'm one of them people who has got Netflix and stuff like that, I like my nostalgic stuff. I like, as you know, from when I used to do Vinyl Friday, I like my vinyl records. I like my CDs. I like physical media. And back in the day, that's what video games were. Physical media. And, I appreciate that. And one final video game I'm going to talk about before I cut it loose here is a game that I played on a demo disc that I bought. And usually it's not one of them things that I would go for. In the chat, Boston said, yeah, those are some definitely nostalgic days. Either had to rewind in the VCR or you had a separate tape rewinder. Yep, I remember them. And this game isn't usually the sort of thing that I would play. But like I said, I found it on a demo disc and I was like, I wouldn't actually mind playing the full version of this, so I managed to find it and bought it. That game is a little game called Metal Gear Solid. I used to have Metal Gear, the first one, and I played that holy hell out of that, and completed it. And then Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Anarchy came out, and I beat that in 30 hours. It took me 30 hours to complete that one. Well, it cost me 45 fucking quid, that one did as well. But yeah, I know, and you can now get all of these that are re-released and stuff like that. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 2, one of the things I like to used to do on there was you used to be able to climb in the lockers. And sometimes in the lockers on there, you got these half-naked pictures of these Japanese women. And you could be in the locker and you get a proper up-close and personal view. It's wonderful. So, naturally, me being me, that's exactly what I did. And, you know, even just sort of like the memories of doing things like that, it really does mean a lot when you think about it. And you think about, you know, how fucking epic your childhood was. You know, and everything that you had back then to what's available now. I mean, a lot of honestly, these days it really pisses me off when sort of like you see something advertised on TV and it's sort of like an album or something, right? And sort of like, you know, and they say, oh, yes, get it now, listen to it on Spotify and things like that. That ain't fucking me. I like fucking quality audio, not lossy fucking shit like that. I will never, ever subscribe to a music streaming service when I can buy the physical copy which actually supports the artist and, you know, play it as many fucking times as I want to for free. Even record it to a cassette if I want to. More nostalgia for you, cassettes. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, Metal Gear, back to video games. I really started to enjoy that. Now, I've got one Metal Gear game now for Xbox, which I bought. I haven't even started it yet because I've been doing Red Dead and Forza Horizon and stuff, and I don't know which one it is. Hang on, let me have a look. It is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I haven't played that one yet. I'm looking forward to going through it, though. Because, you know, I want to see how the game's changed. So hopefully it's going to be good. We shall see in due course. That didn't quite go how I wanted it to, but it doesn't matter, really. Yeah, we'll just finish this little bit off here. You know, so that's basically, you know, that's basically what tonight's talking point was. What is nostalgic for you guys out there? I'd love to read it in the comments, so leave it there, you know, and, you know, see and read, you know, what you guys put for your nostalgic memories, because to have those memories is important. You know, I think it's important anyway, because it gives you sort of like, you know, something to think about. And yeah, you'll end up missing those times. You really will. But there's always ways that you can, if you miss them that much, you can recreate. You know, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom and the end of it. It doesn't have to be like that at all. So, yeah, give that one some thought. There's a little food for thought for you, you know. Physical media, nostalgia, video games and movies and stuff like that that you used to watch back in the day when you were a hell of a lot younger. Because I'll tell you something, you know, some of those movies that you can buy now on Blu-ray and stuff, and, you know, watch them in as a better version and stuff, but you kids out there, honestly, I'm going to sound old again, you don't know the fucking struggle. Like when a tape used to jam inside a cassette player, and you had to fucking then fucking wind it, you know, back yourself with a fucking Bic. Or, you know, had to, you know, if you wanted a movie, had to go out and physically buy it on video. Or even when DVD came along, you know. So give that one some thought. Right, is it through here? Yeah. So, that is where I'm leaving it tonight, guys. That has been your House Flipper stream for tonight. I am going to be doing House Flipper again tomorrow. So be sure to join me for House Flipper tomorrow night, because it's going to be this place again and making it more, you know, epic than it already is. So, yes, I thank you guys for watching. And, yeah, please join me tomorrow to see what else I fucking do to this place. Probably try and work on some of the rooms tomorrow. In the chat, my brother, Mr. Boston Tea Party, says, okay, brother, thanks for streaming and great work so far. Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate that. That is amazing. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Much love to you and Mama Boston as well. Well, I do have a couple of very, very important announcements to make. The first one is, if you like what you've seen here, forget about it, yeah? There's other people you need to go and watch. The first one is Pam's Game TV 2000, because what I'm doing here ain't fucking nothing to what this woman does. Bless you, my brother. I appreciate that. You know, Pam is literally a fucking artist. She is the queen of the flipper. She is, you know, makes the most incredible, magnificent builds that you have ever seen. And it does leave you wondering. And also, you know, you think, how in the fuck did she do that in such a small place, you know? So there is that to it. So please go sub to Pam's Game TV 2000. She's one of my very best friends, so go show some love. And also, we do think alike. We were split away at birth. He is my brother from another mother. He is absolutely incredible. And he is Mr. Boston Tea Party. Now, he also does House Flipper, as he'll be doing tonight on his channel. He's the king of the mansions. He truly is the king of the fucking mansions. If you want the most upper class, millionaire, bougie mansion where you could walk into a room and 101 hookers could be in there, that's the sort of place you want. That's what Boston builds. He's incredible on House Flipper 2. Like I said, he is the king of the mansions. Also, it isn't just that. He does police simulator, firefighter simulator, prison simulator, car mechanic simulator, you know, as well. He really does. And, you know, he's just incredible at what he does. He is one of my very, very best friends. And I cherish him dearly. I really do. I've never actually had a friend like this guy. And he is genuinely the best person I've ever fucking streamed with. He really is. And yeah, he is 100% my brother. So please go show some love and subscribe to my brother, Mr. Boston Tea Party. And I'm going to be getting out of here now. Thank you guys for watching. Join me tomorrow night to see what else we do to this place. And in the meantime, you're more than welcome, my brother. In the meantime, thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe here if you're new. Turn on them post notifications to be notified every single time I upload a brand new video or stream. Also follow me on Instagram at FlawlessRage2 and on Twitch at BuzzRush13. That is BuzzRush13 on Twitch. I hope to see you over there sometime. Until tomorrow night, guys, stay safe, be good, be a good person, and look after each other. And I will see you tomorrow night for more House Flipper 2 action. Thank you once again for watching, and always remember to be you, be the real you, be the true you, because what is the point in being like anybody else? Seriously. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. And yeah, this is me out. Boston says it's a felony for him to be good. Then in that case, I'm going to get a hot chick cop to come and arrest you, put you in handcuffs, and give you a damn fucking good time in a cell. Well, I'm going to leave you with that one. Boston will be starting real soon on his channel, so go subscribe to him and get ready for some more House Flipper 2 action. And I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Cheers. Thank you so much. And a very good night to you, everybody. Bye.